I'm going to allow this to continue. Would you like to address the question directly?
Sure.
This is what you, yes.
The funding that you're talking about is for some offices that I will not even be a part of. They are for staff, not necessarily legislators. And if you have been to the Capitol in a while, you'll see that the staff is running out of space. There's so much paper that they have to deal with and computers, and they need offices. And so it was for their staff. And now the budget process is now being held in a room that can accommodate everybody that wants to participate, because previously the room wasn't big enough. So whether the $6 million was extensive, yes, it was. Was it needed for a growing, yes, it was. I believe that it was needed. I don't think it should have passed in a tax form. It was funding. And I think that staff deserved to have those offices, since they help us do what we're to do, and that is serve the public.
Moderator's prerogative. All right. All right. Thank you very much to both of you. Now, it's time for closing statements. And since Representative Creekmore had the first opening statement, we're going to let Jeremy close out. And Representative Creekmore, your closing statement with a 2-minute limit, please. No, we're going to let him close since you opened.
Okay. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
You had first shot, we're going to give him last.
All right. And as my opponent mentioned, times are tough. People are struggling. The nation has been hit with hard times. Arkansas has also been hit with hard times. But Arkansas should be proud. We are doing better than most other states. I have a map that shows, it was in the Time magazine, June's edition of this year, that Arkansas was only one of 4 states that did not end the year in deficit. Some states are being forced to cut their budgets by 25 and 30%. Nevada has to cut their budget up to 56%. Not only are we not cutting our budget, but we are cutting taxes. So much so that we recently lowered our taxes more than any other time in history, putting more dollars in your pockets. We haven't had to fire one single teacher. We haven't had to close one prison. And we are not making cuts in education. I would like to ask you for your support. But I would also like to ask you to please don't confuse Washington's problems with State Senate District 22. I will work hard for you. I will be a positive voice for this district. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your support. And I appreciate your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, and thank you again for attending tonight, and I hope this has been informative given the limited time. I also want to thank my opponent, Ms. Creekmore, for the type of campaign she's waged, and she and I agree on most things. I served with her husband, Mike, in the legislature, and Don both, and they're fine people. Again, I'm running because while we agree on most things, in Arkansas, we have lost fiscal responsibility at Washington, but also here in Arkansas. Now, Washington's far worse, I'll grant you that. But in Arkansas, the size of government, talking about the legislative staff growing, well, sure it's growing. We're hiring people left and right in Arkansas. We have 55,000 state employees. We don't have a tax base to support that. We don't have a tax base to support giving them all new offices and legislators new offices and a nice state-of-the-art committee room. I served 7 years going to those committee rooms. They were fine. Nobody was passing out due to heat exhaustion or no air conditioning or something. They were fine. They're better than most schools that we have, where we send our kids to school. We have got to start prioritizing. We have to start budgeting. We have to start saying no to certain things. And this legislature has said no. The previous 2 legislatures said no to very little, if anything. It comes out of the taxpayers' dollars. And we're struggling as an economy, and we're losing jobs, and even people who have jobs are underemployed, and their wages are flat, and expenses and college tuition, and it's going up and up and up. It's time that our state recognize that and begin to take actually sacrifice ourselves. I shut down the session in 2003 to stop pork barrel. I helped shut down the session in 2003 to stop pork barrel spending. I'm not going to Little Rock to make friends. I have friends. I'm going to Little Rock, I hope, to be able to watch your pocketbook, your state tax dollars, and return that money back to you and have an economy that you can actually flourish in and get the job that pays you a livable wage and can live the American dream. And I would, too, ask for your vote and appreciate your attendance here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.